Hello, this is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be continuing my Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series with the next set, Flaming Eternity. This set came out in March of 2005, so from this point onward, with this set and the next set, I'm going to be doing the April 2005 ban list, which is well known and best known for the GOAT format. And there were a lot of very good cards in this set. This set really got an upgrade with Flaming Eternity. For one thing, I'm going to go ahead and show you the main cards in it. So first, Sacred Phoenix of Nepotis. This actually saw a lot of play when it came out in tournaments, regionals, nationals, everything. Because of how good it was, it would basically destroy all spell and traps on the field when it would get destroyed and sent to the graveyard except by battle. And just really made it a contender for one of the best cards in the set, if not the best. Then that went with it would be the Hand of Nepotis. You could easily search this out if you had like Flying Kamakira. You would special summon this, and then your start of your turn, normal summon any kind of monster, and then tribute both of these to special summon Sacred Phoenix from your deck. Then this set actually had a few of the double tribute monsters, such as Flame Roller, Wind Affinity, Flame Roller, and then a few of the other tribute monsters that went with it, and that made it a lot of decks a lot more faster. Cards that were 7 stars, 8 stars could now be brought out with just the one monster, which actually was very, very beneficial. Then you had the Deck Devastation Virus. This was very sought after because you could tribute a dark monster with 2,000 or more attack, and then it would completely demolish your opponent's hand, deck, and every card that they control. Any monster that had 1,500 or less attack, including Sangan, Morphine Jar, Magician of Faith, all that would end up getting destroyed and sent to the graveyard. And then I added this into the deck, Lightning Vortex. This was a answer for a Raigeki. This, a lot of people may not remember, I saw this a lot in tournaments, and I saw this a lot in people's decks because of it. Discarding a card to destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controlled was very, very beneficial for you because it was basically discarding it like Graceful Charity, get rid of like Sinister Serpent, and then you could pop all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Now, some of the cards that I don't have in this set was Silent Swordsman level 9 and level 5. And level 9 being the most well known because of the effect of being able to, of level 9 and 5 being able to the effect of your opponent can activate spell cards against it, and it was very easy to bring out. You had Insect Knight, which was a 1900 beat stick for insects, so now it was actually possible to be a lot more aggressive. Between that and between the Metal Armor Bug that came out in Ancient Sanctuary, you really could have a very competitive insect deck. Beast cards got an amazing upgrade with the King of All Beasts, which was a 2700 monster that could be brought out easily by tributing or by normal summon it, but it would be a 1900 monster. But it was a 2700, so what you could do was cards like Beast Soul Swap, that you could swap a face-up monster on your field with another Beast-type monster or Beast Warrior-type monster in your hand, meaning you could go from that to a 2700. So you could go from a Berserk Gorilla to a 2700 King of All Beasts. And Threatening Roar was in the set, which was a very dominant meta card because it would completely just end your opponent's battle phase, and you could. A lot of people were running 3 copies of this in the deck. I specifically remember this, and it being highly annoying even back then, and it actually saw a lot of play, all the way up until GX and all the way up until 5Ds. So without any further ado, let's going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my deck profile for this. Like I said, this is going to be from the GOAT format ban list, so you're going to pretty much know most of the cards in this, most of the cards on the ban list and everything. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright. So, first obviously is going to be Harpie Lady 1, 2, and Cyber Harpie. Cyber Harpie actually came out as a Shonen Jump promo in 2005 in February or March, so this is now completely legal, and this is an option in the deck. So you have the one that would pump up win monsters by 300, Harpie Lady 2 that would destroy flip effect monsters and face down, and Cyber Harpie, which was an 1800 beat stick, which could benefit from the Harpie's Hunting Ground, making it a 2000. Then just one Harpie Lady Sisters in this deck because I'm running Sacred Phoenix in this, so it's going to be a Harpie Lady Sacred Phoenix deck. This would be brought out using Elegant Egotist, 1950 beat stick that could become a 2150, and then eventually a 2450 with Harpie Lady 1. Now, for the Sacred Phoenix of Nepotis, this was so easy to bring out because you use Flying Kamakiri to bring out Special Summon Hand of Nepotis, and then during your turn you can Special Summon or Normal Summon any monster that you would have in the deck, and then you attribute those to for Sacred Phoenix of Nepotis. Like I said, this saw so much play back in the day that it was a very, very hard contender. And then 3 copies of Sylphied. Sylphied, you guys know by now, it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You choose one random card on your opponent's hand and discard it. So it was basically a mini delinquent duo. Then 3 copies of Flying Kamakiri number 1. This was how you could get your Harpie Ladies or your Hand of Nepotis out in the deck. This was the main floater in the deck. And then obviously Hand of Nepotis. This would allow you to special summon your Sacred Phoenix of Nepotis directly from your deck. And then for the staple cards, you had your Breaker the Magical Warrior, obviously for spell and traps. Tribe Infecting Virus that would destroy anything of the chosen type by discarding a card. DD Warrior Lady to get rid of those pesky monsters. Sangan, because Sangan you would want to be able to go have it get attacked or sent to the graveyard, and then you could get your monsters from your deck. Morphine Jar. Morphine Jar would allow you to basically destroy your opponent's entire hand and make them, you and your opponent, draw until they have 5 cards. And then you had 2 Magician of Faiths. This was great because this would allow you to recycle Elegant Egotist and all your power spells. And then lastly, you had Sinister Serpent, discarding this using Tribe Infecting Virus, Lightning Vortex, whatever, and then this card could get added back to your hand. Alright, and then that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on to the spells. So now we have 3 copies of Harpie's Hunting Ground. Still running the Harpie's Hunting Ground because it is still beneficial. Just be warned that if you don't have a target for it, it does destroy itself. Then 3 copies of Elegant Egotist to bring out your Harpie Lady Sisters from your deck. Your Heavy Storm to destroy all spell and traps on the field. Your Pot of Greed, because drawing 2 cards is beneficial. Pot of Greed, what does it do? Then you got your Book of Moon to be able to flip a monster face down. Swords of Villain Light to lock your opponent in for 3 turns. Creature Swap, this was in with the Flying Kamakiri to be able to get you a monster and take your opponent's monster. Premature Burial, to pay 800 to get a monster back. Graceful Charity to be able to draw a card. And then Delinquent Duo for ripping cards out of your opponent's hand. And then Lightning Vortex. This was the new card in the set. This was great to be able to destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent's side of the field. This saw more play when Cybernetic Revolution came out because a lot more people noticed that people were special summoning monsters very quickly. So you could have like 2-3 monsters on the field instead of just the one-of trade-off. So yeah, it was a lot more beneficial after when GX started, but it was still used up until this point. Then you had Mirror Force for the traps, Torrential Tribute, Call of the Haunted, and Ring of Destruction. These are the main traps I always use in this build. So, alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Flaming Eternity was such a great set, and the next set, sadly, is going to be the Lost Millennium, which came out in the spring of 2005. I'm going to have to look that up, actually, but it kind of marked the end of the Duel Monsters, kind of like GOAT format era, because everything after that was Cybernetic Revolution, introduced Cyber Dragon, which was a special summon, and it was possible to have a lot more than just like the 1 monster per turn trade up on the field. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the format for that too and everything, and the last deck profile that I'm going to be showing from the series is going to be my actual GOAT format, so stay tuned for that. And with all that, I hope you enjoyed it, and with that, see you guys next time. Later.